Hello, my name is Brent Hamill from brenthammill.com. In this short, quick video, I'm going to go through the dangers and hidden pitfalls of getting your keyword match types incorrect in Google AdWords. Now, when you get this right, things are easy. Your account's easy to manage, results can come very easily and successfully, but when you get this wrong, spend will shoot through the roof and results are in the absolute can. They are terrible. And it also makes your account harder to manage. So what I'm going to do in this video is go through a client story. Now the funny story about this particular client journey is that they were a client of mine for many years, and then they left, as some do, and then the majority of the ones that do end up coming back, just like this business has. Now the story of this business is that I started working with them around about 7 to 6 years ago, I think it is, and they're a bathroom remodeling company or bathroom renovation business. And at the stage that we started work together, they were doing roughly 2 to 3 bathroom renovation jobs per month, in the order of around about $450,000 in revenue per year. And what they wanted to do was get to 10 bathrooms per month. That was the desired goal. They believed they had the logistics and all the ability to be able to complete the jobs in place, which turned out to be not so much correct, but nonetheless. And what happened is we ended up getting to 10 bathrooms per month and generating $2.25 million per year in revenue. Tremendous success. Not only that, we were able to take and help this business from generating $15,000 per remodeling renovation job to just under 20,000. Profitability's gone through the roof. This gentleman's absolutely ecstatic, and now he has seen the light a little bit, and he wants to try and improve that just under $20,000 figure to hopefully in the order of the low 20,000s, getting another 10 to 20% improvement in the average transactional value, instead of going from the average of 10 bathrooms per month to 15, which is far harder to scale. So in this video, I'm going to go through a recent mistake that this campaign has undertaken. As I mentioned, they briefly left my services. They had someone go in and have a look at the account and make some optimizations, I suppose you could say, and the account went to absolute rubbish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over to my computer and we're going to go through the results, the mistakes, the keyword match types, and the management of how you can look after your keyword match types from now and into the future to get an even better success rate for your Google AdWords campaigns. So here we go. Okay, here I am at my computer. You can see my screen, and what we have here is the Google Ads campaigns that I have for this business, and it's pretty much one campaign in particular that was insufficiently optimized, if we could, if that's a way to put this. So what we can see here is that 654 clicks at a spend of $631, just under $1 per click, etc., etc. And we can see the conversion rate is 0.5%, and goal completions are 3. And this is for the time period of the 14th of October to the 7th of November. So let's just say approximately a 3-week period. But if we backtrack to a time period when I was looking after their campaign. So we can see here, we can see the dates changed to Feb 1 to Feb 28. We can see that traffic's far lower at 259. Spend is considerably lower. The cost per click is actually 50% higher, but the cost per click isn't the driver of success. And we can see that moving across, we can see the conversion rate is 7.28%. So that is just a monster difference. And we have 19 leads. So just a huge difference in the success of this campaign when you get the match types, the keyword match types correct. And if you get them incorrect, it can be an absolute basket case. I must add that you need to get your account structure correct as well. Now, if you haven't watched my previous video on Google account structures and the psychology of account structures, I highly recommend it. it'll be hugely beneficial to the overall success of your Google AdWords campaigns. So let's have a look at the actual Google AdWords campaign itself. So here we are at the search terms report within the Google AdWords interface. And the issue with this person that came in and tried to optimize and improve this account was they started adding broad match. I've removed all the broad match, so I kind of can't show you the mistake, but I can show you the effects of the mistake. And so depending upon where you are in the world, bathroom renovation or bathroom remodeling are the same thing. In the United States, they typically call it bathroom remodeling. This company's in Australia, so we call this bathroom renovation. So what we can see here is that there's just a whole host of keywords that aren't real specific. They're specific industry, they're specific in an industry-based way, but they're not specific to the actual service. So we can see here that tapware, shower heads, bathroom planner, not so much. Bathroom design ideas, that's another one where this person's right at the start of their bathroom renovation journey, because that's a very much an awareness-based keyword phrase. Harvey Norman bathroom, that's a retailer of bathroom accessories here in Australia. They also sell other stuff. Bathroom cabinets, corner shower, Bridget toilet, laundry tub. I mean, these keywords are just terribly unrelated to the core service. So when you get the broad match, in your campaigns, it's great from a foundation, have like a little foundation or perspective campaign by itself, just to find little keywords that you don't have in your modified broad match or your phrase match or your exact match that you can build upon. Now, you would typically only spend maybe 10% on a campaign like this, and you would keep your cost per click bidding amount quite low, because it's more of a perspective. You're looking for keywords and looking for opportunities. So what we can do here is now we'll move upon into going through the different match types. So here we are with the different types of match types, and we've got the match types here, the symbols here, because Google AdWords uses symbols, which is fantastic, makes things far easier to change if you're using the Google AdWords editor, which I highly recommend because it is far quicker than the actual online interface. We've got matches to, example keywords, and matches to again. So broad is just like the match type says, it's broad. Its reach is massive. It can encompass a whole heap of misspellings, synonyms, related searches, and close variations. An example would be bike shop and cycle store. So with like Google, in terms of search engine optimization, have latent semantic indexing, which means that they'll pick up words such as cat and be able to translate into words like feline, which are essentially the same thing. And you can see that broad match has done that here. Now, broad match, the modifier or modified broad match as it's commonly known, is just the plus sign added to each of the words that must show in the keyword phrase that you want to show for or bid for. Now, it matches to search terms that include all words preceded by the plus sign or a close variant. So bike shop, but it doesn't have to be in order, which we'll get to in the next match type being phrase. So bike shop, it has to have both words, but it can have an infinite amount of words in and around it. So the words bike shop are in this keyword, but we've added repair. I like this campaign because it gives you a fantastic level of control, while also having that little bit of prospecting capabilities to find keywords, which I'll show you how to find them and how to create a better campaign by adding more granularity to your keyword match types later on in this video. So moving on into phrase, we have example keyword, and it's always in the kind of quotation marks. And this phrase or keyword set of phrases, they have to include the keywords in between the quotation marks, and it has to literally run in order. So we can see bike shop, local bike shop. So we can see that it's quite obvious how this kind of works. So everything in the quotation mark has to be in the keyword phrase, and it has to run in the order of the phrases within the quotation marks. Exact gives you the tightest control. It is exact. The search terms are only that of the keyword or a very, very close variant. Bike shop and bike shop. It's quite obvious. And this one gives you the tightest control, but it gives you the best results because you are targeting keyword phrases here that you know work well, and that you can find using broad match campaigns or modified broad match campaigns. So these are examples of how the different match types work, and how you may or may not want to use them within your Google AdWords accounts. Okay, here we are back at a Google AdWords campaign, and I've had to blur some stuff out just for client confidentiality. This is a kind of new client that has only been on the books for, I think it's about a week. It's not long at all. And what we can see here is some really good opportunities here. So what we can find, what this report allows me to do is come to filter, go to conversions, click conversions again, add the numerical value of what you deem to be a good amount of conversions. I've used 3 over quite a large date range, because this client, albeit it sells a very valuable item and they're happy to spend about $100 per lead, we want to find that conversion number, and I usually just pluck one out of my head, and I've used 3 because it means that the keyword's got a fair few clicks, a fair few conversions. It's a rough amount of data to be able to action upon. And as we can see here, we've got some keywords with only 10 clicks, we've got some keywords here with 30, and we've got some as high as 866. So what we can see here is that this campaign's not actually too bad, but there are some opportunities that we can leverage upon. So this client's happy to pay $100 per lead, so $100 per form or phone call, and we can see that the average cost per click is there's a decent range in terms of a low of about $1.28 and a high of almost $2.50, and we can see that the cost per conversion is averaging about $30. So this is well below their $100 threshold. It's more of a volume here. We want to try and get more conversions at either the same price or a lower price, or we're even happy for this client to even just pay a little bit more because it's still well below their $100 threshold. So what we would do is we've got this broad match keyword phrase that has a tremendously high click-through rate, low cost per click, but it's had 5 conversions. The cost per conversion is $2.99. This will not happen very often in a broad match campaign, I can assure you. So what we would do is we would start to create exact match keywords based upon this particular broad match keyword phrase. So here we have a phrase match keyword that's performing very well as well, and we would create exact match ad groups for this particular keyword phrase. It allows us to give us more control. We might be able to show even more relevant ads for this exact match keyword in its own ad group. That's very, very important that you put one keyword and keyword match type per ad group so you can manage them. Which it helps in so many different ways in terms of quality score, click-through rate, ad relevancy, better ads in terms of conversion rate, because ads do play a huge part on the end conversion rate, be it on a landing page or even on the phone, for example. So as you can see here, there are some exact matches which are fantastic, but there are some opportunities with these 2 phrases and a broad match. We would break these down, create exact match, having better ads, having better targeting, and then we would set the bidding for these exact match a little higher than these broad or modified broad or phrase match campaigns, because we know the keywords are very good. We want to achieve a higher ad position because we want our ads to show more often, and we want more clicks because the cost per conversion, is so low. and we just want volume for this client. He just wants us to spend more money because he makes more money. So, but once you've created these match types, it's important that, so hypothetically we've taken this keyword from a broad match campaign and made it an exact match or a phrase match. It's important to go back and make sure that this phrase or exact match doesn't show in that particular broad match ad group anymore. So what you would do is you would go to where you add your negative keywords. So here we are again in a particular ad group, and what we would do is we've pulled out maybe one or two phrase or exact match keywords out of this modified broad match or broad match based ad group, and we would add those phrases into this negative keyword list, which is blurred out again, sorry, but we would add them as a phrase match or an exact match because we don't want the new exact match keywords to show in the old broad match or modified broad match ad groups. So it kind of stops like an overlapping. We don't want things to overlap because you're kind of bidding upon yourself. Albeit the keyword should never trigger if you don't do this in the broad match ad group, because the bidding will be higher in the exact match group. It's just, this is the correct way to do it, just in case there are variations in the exact match or phrase match ad group that you do show for. So this kind of concludes the video. What I would love from you is subscribe if you wish, if you enjoyed the video. But feedback, you can email me at Bren, BREN, at brenhamel.com. Bren Hamel is spelled BREN, HAMM for mother, EL.com. Just feedback and base what you liked about the video, what you didn't like about the video, and topics that you'd like covered in future videos. So if you do email me, I do respond back, and I hope to see you again in a future video. Thank you.